Welcome to your sensual yoga class. All you need today is your body, your breath, and a mat. We're going to sit here for just a moment to set our intention and get grounded into the practice. You can hang out like so, or you can come to Sukhasana or crisscross applesauce. Eyes closed for a moment while we simply ground and root into our mat. And we're going to move into some hip stretches where we're just going to send our hips right and left, left and right. Again, we're really just grounding here. And let's take some S body waves here. Taking our body right and left. And now let's come into our circular cat-cow, feeling every muscle in our back as we are rotating our body right and left. Go ahead and send those hips back into child's pose. Stretching the arms out, getting a nice stretch underneath our arms. When we come up, we're going to bring our big toes together as we sink our hips into the mat. This should feel really good. We're going to take our gaze right and left. Send the hips back. Breathing. Once again, dropping those hips down. Right now, we're just kind of getting our body ready to move. Hips back. And then the next time we bring our hips forward, we're going to straighten out the legs. Come into an up dog. Like activate that little body. Maybe take some hip rocks right and left, whatever feels right for you. And then we're going to start moving through a full body wave, kind of like in this child's pose to up dog position, but not a full up dog. And let's switch the direction here. You want to kind of drag that chest as you are moving the body in that up dog motion. Standing forward fold, shaking the legs out. Knees can be bent if necessary, but as straight as you can get them. Shake the legs out. Allow the upper body to be heavy. Round your body up and then find a yogi squat or your primal squat. Make sure your heels are grounded into your mat. And we're going to bounce here. If you cannot stay in your yogi squat safely, I want you to go ahead and allow yourself to have a seat in bound angle and just butterfly the legs. But we're bouncing right and left. We're opening the hips. We're getting that low body nice and warm. Let's extend the right arm and do some rotations forward and back. We're going to switch sides. We're doing a slight rotation with our torso, of course, and at the same time, making sure we are safe with that yogi squat. Heels are glued into the mat, and remember, we are breathing as well. And let's do some pulses in our yogi squat. So press your knees gently to the outside of the room. Now we're going to gently sit your glutes down on the mat. And let's come into boat pose. So you can do modified boat, which looks like this right here, or fully extend the legs like so. This is going to depend on your low back as well as your core strength. So as you can see, my upper body is nice and straight. No rounding in the shoulders. Toes are pointed. And we're getting some core action going. And let's fold forward, bottoms of the feet together, folding over our legs. When you fold forward like that, I want you to try to press those knees to the earth. Shoulder rolls before we move back into another set. We're taking those shoulder rolls forward and kind of doing like a cat-cow motion while we're seated. Back, and we're going to take a different variation here. So full boat, but we're tapping the toes and switching and switching and switching like so. So take what is there for you. Do not compromise your form here. Both toes together. Don't compromise your form. Keep things safe. Stay in just a boat position without the movement if necessary, because this is definitely challenging. Now grabbing the big toes and hanging out here for a few breaths. As you can see, we're nice and tall. We're opening the legs. This is a really delicious stretch for your inner thighs. So once you're able to do it, definitely try it a few times. And coming out safely. We're going to stack the knees here and we're going to flow. We're going to move through this position. Of course, we're going to switch sides, but this is amazing for our hips, amazing for our full body, especially with the movement. But this is an amazing stretch for your hips. Repositioning ourselves, we want to make sure we are grounded in our hips here. Our knees are stacked and you're going to fold over the knees if it's available to you. And maybe bind the hands behind you, further intensifying the stretch before we come up. We're going to take side bends to the right and to the left, and we are flowing. So this is like water. We're flowing right and left. Rotations as much as it's available to you, creating space in our body, using our breath, opening up the chest here. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, of course. And let's get ready, coming to our back. So we're going to move into plow. So we're going to do plow to bridge. This is bridge. We want to focus our energy inward as we're going into bridge. If this does not work for you, plow that is, you do not have to send your legs all the way back. That is just a variation. But bridge, everybody can do bridge, but you want to focus your intention on your inner thighs. So pressing into your heels, of course, as we go into bridge. This is an amazing move for your spine. If it's available to you, let's eagle the legs. Holding here for a breath, switching sides. Slowly release. As you saw, I release with control, always with control. Hands to the outside of your feet or your big toes. Happy baby. Rocking from side to side. Straightening one leg, maybe bending the other. Remember, it's all about what feels best to you. Go ahead and bring the bottoms of your feet together. Recline bound angle. Triangle on your womb space, and let's breathe deeply into your womb here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, notice the belly rise, the womb rise, and deeply exhale, melt into the mat here. Take a moment to sink into the earth before we move on. Go ahead and rock and roll up. Coming to Sukhasana, swaying your body side to side, further dropping into your body into the earth. Allow the rotations with your core while you are grounded and rooted through your hips. The most important thing about today's practice is to not be worried about how you look. It's more about how you feel. Allow your body to be open, taking the arm forward, side, and then up. And we're switching sides. So up, side, and forward. Again, we're just allowing ourselves to flow and be more present in our bodies. Creating space and movement that maybe we don't normally do. Still grounded and rooted through our hips. So imagine your root chakra is connected to the earth. And this is just your upper body moving. But we're grounded and rooted, and we are absorbing the life force energy through the earth. bottoms of the feet together. Press those knees into the mat. And let's come back to that yogi squat again. That lower body should be nice and warm and open for more pulses. So again, these are our pulses in yogi squat from a different angle. Pulling that energy through your root chakra, again, breathing. In a moment, we'll have a brief break where we will stretch our legs. Here we go. Extend those legs. Maybe notice your extension in that forward fold is a little more intense because we're a little more warm, we're more open in our body. These yogi squats are really great to do every day. If you have tightness in your hips and your low back, start by doing this practice and make sure you come back to it. Sending our hips right and left and right. Having a seat back in that yogi squat. Let's press our knees out yet again. Right and left, one at a time, maybe, potentially. This is your practice. Let's fold forward in a seated forward fold. Remember, your knees can be bent if necessary. As we get ready for some breath work to connect even deeper with ourselves. All right. We are in Sukhasana. Sway your upper body right and left again and again. Our final time before we go into our breath work. Take a moment to admire yourself, admire your body, your breath. Hopefully you have a mirror in front of you where you can just see yourself moving and feel just a little bit sexier and more open than you felt at the beginning of our practice. We are going to be seated, sitting up nice and straight. You can take half lotus or full lotus like me, or just stay in Sukhasana. Whatever makes sense for your body. Grounding and rooting again through our hips. I invite you to close your eyes and place your hand on your heart center and your womb space. We're just going to begin to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Allowing your face to melt. Inhale. Exhale, soften your forehead, soften your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Allow yourself, your upper body, your hips to melt into the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Noticing your breath, the sensations in your body. Maybe notice your womb space grow and expand with that deep inhale. And then as you empty your lungs, notice it tightly tucking into your spine. As well, giving thanks to your body as it supports you day in and day out. Give thanks to your body for growth, expansion. Releasing the hands onto your knees. Allow your eyes to gently open and sway the upper body. Inhale the arms up, palms to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'll see you in the next one.